Welcome to Crunchy Culture, your weekly dose of unfiltered wellness talk with me, Tina Sorensen, where I dive deep into the latest wellness buzz from the wellness world. Each episode, I'm here with snarky humor, personal obsessions, and a wellness tip or recipe to inspire your journey. Join me every Tuesday for a fresh perspective on how to thrive in this crazy world of health trends and ideas. In this episode, get a peek into my life as I battle through mold exposure, recovery, and its slow process. I'm totally geeking out over my latest obsession, hypochlorous solution. Yes, I'm becoming a DIY wizard in my own kitchen, mixing up powerful cleaning solutions that obliterate 99.9% of germs, bacteria, and, wait for it, mold. But it's not just about cleaning, it's a reminder that wellness is both external and internal. Tune in to hear about how this process is shaping my health journey and how I've learned to live with a little magic in my life. Then we get into a topic that is close to my heart: ADHD. Why is it that so many adults are being diagnosed with ADHD lately? Is it the result of better awareness, or is there something more to the story, like diet? I explore how modern day foods and habits could be affecting our brains and leading to a spike in ADHD diagnoses. We'll chat about the gut brain connection, a game changer when it comes to managing ADHD. Finally, I share my own family's journey with ADHD and gut health, from my son's struggles with focus and the impact of real food to how exercise, sleep hygiene, and proper diet can make all the difference in managing ADHD. Spoiler, it's not just about popping a pill. Small changes like swapping sugary snacks for protein packed options or trying some mindful movement could be the key to better brain function and overall well being. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get into it. Whether you're new to wellness or a seasoned pro, this episode is packed with info you can take and apply today to enhance your life. All right, let's dive into my latest obsession that's been keeping me awake at night. Because mold exposure recovery is a party, said no one ever. But seriously, I'm finally starting to see the light at the end of the tunnel. This process, slow as molasses, but worth it. The worst part, that lovely vertigo from SIRS. It was like living in a constant state of, am I going to fall over, or do I need to get more coffee? Now, I'm seriously throwing everything I can at this recovery. Sauna therapy, check. Binders to clear out all those nasty mycotoxins. Yep, I'm all over that. And wait for it, I've become a mad scientist in my own kitchen, learning how to make hypochlorous solution, aka electrolyzed water, for cleaning. I'm basically mixing up potions, and alert, it works. This magic elixir, it can obliterate 99.9% of germs, bacteria, and mold. And it's a deodorizer too. So yes, I've basically discovered the cleaning holy grail that doesn't cost a fortune and makes me feel like I'm living in a sterile, minty fresh palace. How do you make this elixir, you ask? It's so easy, it's almost suspicious. You mix 33 ounces of water, half a teaspoon of table salt, 1 teaspoon of vinegar. I know, it sounds like a bad recipe from your grandma's kitchen, but trust me, it works. Then use this little contraption that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie. Don't worry, I found it on Amazon for under 20 bucks. You electrolyze it for 5 minutes and boom, powerful cleaning solution that works on counters, toilets, windows, disinfecting basically everything. I'll drop a link below for the contraption I use. Let's get to the meat of this episode, the part you actually came here for. Today, today we're diving headfirst into ADHD. Then I'm going to talk about our guts. Let's kick things off with this question. Why are so many adults suddenly being diagnosed with ADHD? The official answers I found are things like increased awareness, reduced stigma, better diagnostic tools, and improved access to healthcare. Cool. But is that really it? Or is there something bigger lurking here, like our food? Seriously, have we just normalized shoving ultra processed garbage down our throats and then acting surprised when our brains can't focus? Think about it. If you grew up in the 80s or 90s, like I did, how many kids do you remember being absolutely wild, disruptive, or unable to sit still? Sure, we all knew a couple of kids who acted like they drank jet fuel, but it wasn't the ADHD parade we see today. So, what's changed? Oh, and then there's social media. Don't get me started on social media. Everywhere you look, someone's sharing their ADHD journey, symptoms, checklists, or encouraging you to get checked. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not bashing awareness. If social media helped you get answers that changed your life, that's amazing. But here's the kicker. What happens after you get the diagnosis? Are you handed a prescription and sent on your merry way? Or are you given actual tools to support your brain and body? And this is where I raise the question most people aren't asking. Would we see different outcomes if doctors were sending folks to dietitians as part of ADHD treatment plans? What if we focused on ketogenic or low carb lifestyles and fed the brain the way it was designed to operate for those that have ADHD? Now, here's the disclaimer before the pitchforks come out. I am not anti medication, not even close. If medication works for you, awesome. Take it and thrive. In fact, my husband and son both have ADHD, and medication is part of their toolkit, but it is not all they do. And this is also why I raised the question, why are some people able to manage their ADHD symptoms with just diet and lifestyle changes? Is it even truly ADHD then? Did you see a neuropsychologist and go through the full day of rigorous testing to even determine if you truly have ADHD? Because my husband and son did. I had to spend a whole day at the doctor. A very long day. But let's rewind a bit. I started noticing something different about my son when he was 4 years old. After tons of testing, the diagnosis was clear: ADHD. I made the choice not to put him on meds right away. Instead, I dove deep into research, like grab a shovel because we're excavating this sucker deep. For years, I learned everything I could. But by third grade, though, it was clear medication was needed. He was failing all of his classes, and let me tell you, the difference was night and day. But here's where it gets good. Over the last decade, I've learned so much more about ADHD, including the absolute game changer, the gut brain connection. When my husband and son stick to a low carb ketogenic eating, it's like magic. Improved focus, fewer meltdowns, fewer misplaced keys and socks. Does it make ADHD vanish completely? No, but the improvements are undeniable. And now that my son is 14, he wants more control over his ADHD. So we're working together to help him manage it through gut health, real food, and activities that fuel his brain. The goal? Eventually get him off meds entirely. Will it be easy? Probably not. Will we keep working at it? You bet. As for my husband, he went without medication for 20 years, but chose to go back on it recently. Why? Because he feels better using it. And that right there sums up ADHD. It's both uniquely personal journey and something incredibly simple when you focus on proper support systems. Let's talk more about ADHD management tools you may not have tried. Exercise, and I'm not talking about 3 push ups and a walk to the fridge. Movement, especially high intensity activities, boost dopamine and neuroepinephrine levels, which ADHD brains tend to crave. Running, cycling, weight training, swimming. Find something that gets your energy out and those feel good chemicals flowing. Mindfulness and meditation. I know, I know. Sitting still feels like a cruel joke for anyone with ADHD, but hear me out. Techniques like deep breathing, yoga, and mindfulness meditation can improve focus, calm those racing thoughts, and help you redirect your attention. Try starting small. 5 minutes a day can work wonders. And if you can't even do 5 minutes, 30 seconds or a minute just to start with. That's what we did with my son. And now he's up to 5 minutes a day. Sleep hygiene. ADHD brains are notoriously bad at shutting down. So making sleep a non negotiable is key. Ditch screens before bed, cool down the bedroom, and try things like weighted blankets or mouth taping. Yes, they laughed at me too, and then they slept like a rock. Time blocking and structured routines. If you have ADHD, you probably hate being told just be more organized, as if. But simple tools like timers, visual planners, or apps like Focus at Will, bra- brainwaved tuned music for productivity can help you manage time better without feeling overwhelmed. Reducing EMF exposure. Yes, I'm going there again. EMFs overstimulate the nervous system, and ADHD brains don't need more stimulation. Turn off the Wi Fi at night, use airplane, airplane mode, more electronics, more electronics. I clearly can't talk today. Move electronics away from the bed. Your brain deserves the break. Supplements and brain boosting foods. Omega 3 fatty acids from fatty fish or supplements can improve cognitive function. Magnesium, B vitamins, and zinc are also great options to discuss with your provider. Just maybe don't load up on the synthetic gummy vitamins. And in regards to magnesium, most ADHD medications deplete your magnesium levels, so it is imperative to be supplementing your magnesium. So here's the big takeaway for today. ADHD isn't a one size fits all. Medication, useful for many, but diet, exercise, sleep, and small lifestyle tweaks can completely change the way you or your kiddo function from day to day. And now, your turn. What would happen if you swapped sugary snacks for protein rich options? If you tried 10 push ups before sitting down to work? If you tucked that smartphone away a little earlier every night? Could small changes actually change your life? For my next topic, I want to bring your attention, if you didn't know already, to the gut brain connection. When I first learned about the gut brain connection, I was absolutely blown away. Did you know that the gut actually is more important than your brain? And I'm not just making this up. Science totally backs this up. Your gut isn't just a food processing machine, it's like the CEO of your body, pulling all the strings behind the scenes. The gut controls mood, energy, and mental clarity. Basically, it's running the show. You've got this gut brain axis doing its thing with nerves. Hello, vagus nerve. I talked about that not too long ago. Hormones. Did you know that 90% of your serotonin is made in your gut? Yep. And inflammatory signals. Mess with your gut, you might as well be juggling bad vibes, brain fog, and feeling like you're running on empty all the time. When I started understanding this, I felt like I unlocked a superpower. If I nurture my gut, it It basically becomes my body's best support system. And when you think about it, why have a brain that's the boss when your belly's secretly the true mastermind? Your gut is doing way more than just digesting your food. You may have heard it called the second brain. And let me tell you, it's not a fluffy compliment. The gut is at the center of everything: immune function, mood, mental clarity, all thanks to the gut brain axis. This intricate system is basically a communication hotline where your gut and brain exchange vital info and affect how we think, feel, and, let's be honest, how we show up in life. One crazy cool fact: the gut microbiota, those trillions of tiny organisms living in our digestive tract, are total game changers. They produce neurotransmitters, regulate inflammation, and have a role in how we handle stress. Basically, they can make or break your mood. So, yeah, they're kind of a big deal. When your gut's microbiome is in balance, you feel like you've unlocked a next level mood, solid energy, and even the motivation to finally tackle your to do list. But when it's out of whack, you're staring at fatigue, brain fog, and a serious emotional roller coaster. So let's be real. If you can master your gut, you're giving your whole body a solid head start. How does the gut communicate to the brain? Neural pathways. Enter the vagus nerve. Like I said, I've chatted about this one on the podcast before. A vital connection between the gut and brain. When your gut's happy and balanced, it's like sending an email to your brain that says, hey, calm down, you're good. Mental clarity is on its way. Hormonal signaling. Here's a mind bender: 90% of serotonin, the happy hormone, is made in your gut. Add dopamine, ghrelin, and others into the mix, and suddenly your gut has more control over your mood, motivation, and stress than you've ever imagined. Inflammation and immunity. Did you know chronic inflammation in your gut can mess with your immune system and totally ruin your day or week? A happy gut helps you keep inflammation in check and keeps everything working like a well oiled machine. Bye bye, brain fog. And here are a few other things that you can do to nurture your guts. Prioritize real, whole foods. Look, if it has fiber, it's probably gut friendly. Vegetables, fruits, and whole grains are all great. Want to get an extra on gut support? Fermented foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, and kefir are your allies. Hydrate well. You'd think this one's a no-brainer, but drinking enough water, it's essential for digestion and keeps your gut happy. If you ever listen to other doctors or professionals on any other podcasts, they all say the number one thing they would recommend for health is staying hydrated. Include high quality supplements. Taking the right supplements, probiotics, multivitamins, whatever they are, will fill the nutritional gaps, supporting overall gut health. Your gut's about to start sending you thank you notes. After countless trial and error moments with various products, because let's be honest, finding the right supplements feels like a scavenger hunt, we landed on some of our family's favorites. High on the list, Mary Ruth's, for their clean ingredients and kid-friendly options, because a good family vitamin doesn't need to taste like punishment. My favorite is Beekeeper's Naturals 3-in-1 Gut Health. A few other gems we've tried: Ritual. It has transparent ingredient labels. You know what's inside and you're not playing any guessy games. Seed. These probiotics work wonders for gut health. Probiotics that are actually effective. Say less. And Haya. Kids vitamins without the sugar bomb. Kids vitamins without the sugar bomb. It's like a superhero for their immune system. When it comes to supplements, it's all about finding what works for you and your family, depending on how picky they are and how hard it is to convince them that these are good. Educate and involve your family. Be the gut health guru in your household. Educate the little ones or your spouse about how food impacts their mood and focus. And why not let them feel empowered to make better choices? Supporting gut health isn't about chasing quick fixes or trends. It's about building a foundation for a more vibrant, balanced, and happy life. Tune into the gut brain connection, and you'll unlock an entirely new level of vitality. Plus, who doesn't love a good power move like this? I would love to hear what you're doing for your gut health journey. Have you noticed any changes when focusing on your gut health? And let me know what strategies are working for you. Let's swap tips and get gut savvy together. Now, let's talk about something we can't avoid no matter how hard we try: EMFs. Yep, electromagnetic fields. They're like that annoying background noise of modern life we just can't escape. I am talking about all the invisible forces coming from our phones, Wi Fi routers, and every gadget you never knew you needed. Looking at you, smart fridge. Sure, we can't see them, but oh boy, are they making their presence felt. So, what are these sneaky little EMFs doing to our bodies? Well, research is still catching up, but it's not looking great. Constant exposure to EMFs has been linked to everything from sleep disturbances and brain fog to headaches, anxiety, and let's not forget, maybe even some long term health issues. And don't even get me started on fertility. The science is giving EMF side eye when it comes to the baby making business. So if you're trying to grow your family, maybe give your tech a break. Your body will thank you, and so might your future little one. But here's the catch: we live in a world practically built on tech. So we're all swimming in this electromagnetic soup. So, how do we live without transforming into cave dwellers? Into cave dwellers with no Wi Fi and a strict no technology rule. I'm here to tell you it's possible, no extreme changes necessary. Limit screen time and take tech breaks. Yeah, I know you can't possibly survive without checking Instagram every 15 minutes, but try this: put the phone down. I promise you won't miss it, probably. Give your brain and your EMF load a little time off. Go for a walk, do a puzzle, read an actual book made of paper. Just give the tech a timeout. Your body will thank you, and don't you love a little rebellious nature? EMF blocking devices and clothing. Okay, here's where it gets a little futuristic weirdo, but stick with me. There are now devices, phone cases, and even clothing that purport to block or reduce EMF exposure. It's like building your own personal electromagnetic force field. Channel your inner superhero with some EMF blocking gear. Plus, imagine looking like you've got it all together while protecting your body from who knows what. You're basically an ultra cool secret agent. Rearrange your bedroom. How about an easy win for your health? Keep the tech out of the bedroom. No, seriously, your phone doesn't need to be your nightmare cuddle buddy. It's not that kind of relationship. Keep your Wi Fi routers, phones, and laptops in fair distance away while you sleep. Bonus points if you go tech free an hour before bed or better for better sleep. And if you're feeling super ambitious, maybe even make your bedroom a tech free zone. Honestly, your bedroom is for sleep and sex, not tech. Imagine that. Switch to wired connections. Wi Fi, the tech gift that keeps on giving. But guess what? It's probably zapping your body with EMFs 24/7. So here's a novel idea: plug that bad boy in. Yeah, I know, Ethernet cables feel like something your dad used back in the 90s. And we did. But trust me, your Wi Fi is not your friend when it comes to EMF exposure. So wire up your devices and poof, lower your EMF intake. It's simple and a little retro. And hey, sometimes the old school solutions are the best. Spend time in nature. Ever felt instant stress relief from hanging out in nature? That's your body trying to tell you something. The earth is a natural EMF shield. So take your shoes off, stand on the grass, and ground yourself. I know. It sounds hippy dippy, but if you've got any hesitations, just try it once. You'll feel the difference. And your tech heavy body will thank you. Think of it as your daily grounding therapy. No smartphone required. EMF shielding products. For those of you who are into really getting serious about this, there are now EMF shields, plugins, paint, and all kinds of nifty products designed to help block out those bad guys. Sure, you can create a fortress of solitude, but these shields might be an easier, less extreme solution. And if you can stop EMFs from frying your brain cells, I'd say a win. You don't need to give up living in the digital age to protect yourself from the electromagnetic storm zapping you from every corner of your home or workplace. It's all about finding balance, embracing tech because, hello, we love it. You're sitting here watching me right now on tech, and I don't want you to stop. But also creating small pockets of protection for your health. After all, you can still enjoy living in this high tech world and feel good doing it. It's like a little secret self care, but without the huge sacrifice. Cheers to that, right? Let's face it, staying in the loop on wellness trends is basically a full time job these days, but hey, someone's got to do it. And if you've got opinions, stumbled on anything eye roll worthy, or you just want to dish about the latest health craze, I'm all ears. Drop a comment, tag me on socials, or shoot me an email. And now for the creme de la creme of the episode. If you would like to be featured on the podcast, send me your favorite recipes or wellness tips, and I would love to share them in an upcoming episode. Now, on to my tip: beeswax candles. Don't you just love them? They're like the little hipster of the candle world, all natural, sustainable, and with the cool vibe of eco conscious aura. But wait, did you know that beeswax candles have negative ions? Yes, that's right. They're not just pretty to look at or smelling like honey drizzled goodness. They're actually doing something good for the air. Here's the scoop: negative ions are tiny particles that are naturally found in places like waterfalls, forests, and apparently beeswax candles. When burned, these candles release negative ions that attach to positively charged particles like dust, pollen, and other allergens, making them fall to the ground. Bye bye, dust bunnies and other airborne nasties. This means cleaner air in your home without needing a fancy, loud air purifier or a sciency device that sounds like it could launch a rocket. Just light a beeswax candle and boom, cleaner air. You're basically getting 2 for 1, atmosphere vibes and cleaner lungs. You're welcome. But that's not all. Negative ions have been associated with improved mood, reduced stress, and even better sleep. So if you're lighting your beeswax candles in a cozy little corner, you're not only getting a serene ambiance, you're boosting your well-being as well. It's like your favorite calming self-care ritual, except you're also improving your environment without any extra effort. Light a candle, feel zen, breathe easy. Seriously, it's almost too easy, but I'm here for it. Plus, let's be real, any product that's naturally sourced, promotes good vibes, and doesn't have a toxic list of chemicals is an automatic win. So light up those beeswax candles, channel some inner calm, and let the negative ions work their magic. Who knew bees were so good at boosting your mood and cleaning the air? It's almost like they were made to create wellness all around us. The original unsung heroes. I hope you give it a try and enjoy the benefits. If you do, let me know how your experience pans out. That's a wrap for today's dive into crunchy culture. I hope this episode gave you a spark of inspiration, some fresh insight, or at least a shred of motivation to tackle the day without looking like a walking hot mess express. And hey, if you're all about multitasking, or you just like to see the real chaos, check out the full video on YouTube, Spotify, or my website. And if you are loving this podcast, or even if you're just mildly entertained, why not drop a quick rating and review on your favorite platform? It would mean the world to me and help others find us. It's basically like spreading good vibes, but with less granola and more real talk. Until next time, nurture your mind, body, and soul, because no one can do it the way you can. And remember, wellness is a journey with twists and turns, so embrace the ride, stay crunchy, and let's reshape our hive together.